It is not a ray gun.
No, it's not a ray gun.
Even though she just later sort of gives in to the whole thing of it's a ray gun,
My
just
ray
calling it a ray
gun.
gun. It's like, yes, yes, it's a ray gun. Okay, whatever.
Oh, it's my ray gun. Just
At some point, it's like the effort to correct them is worth, is more work than just dealing with the fact that they're going to call it a ray gun. And at that point, you just go, whatever, that's enough. I don't need to be, um,
exactly.
I don't need to be a stickler about it because it's not that important. The plastic army trying to take over the world may require more of my focus.
Yeah.
Which, also, does that mean, okay, so I know, okay, he got the plastic treatment. Carter got the plastic treatment in this.
Mhm.
So, okay, with the Nestine consciousness gone, okay, without it influencing him, he still had the ridiculous strength. Okay, so
Yeah.
does he just get to keep that? Is that just a thing he gets to
Yep.
keep? Okay.
Yes.
That's a permanent buff.
Yep. It comes in handy quite a few times.
Yeah. So yeah, and well, that's an interesting way to make one of your characters a little extra strong. A little.
Yeah,
Um,
a little. Able to uh, rip a 2-inch steel door off its hinges.
yeah. It's oh yes, chunk. That's now tissue paper to me. It's like we just need to make sure you never fall under mind control again.
Yeah. 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 Or at least if you do fall under mind control, whoever's mind controlling you doesn't realize you have this superpower.
Yeah, it's oh man. Oh, oh, okay. Same what you were sending me, but yeah. Um. Uh, so each of these is like about was it about 45 minutes or so? Each of
Something
these,
like that.
and there were four parts to this. So this was a basically what would it, the equivalent of a well, I mean, it's equivalent of a 4 part, Doctor Who episode, but it does feel a lot faster than that. Like what we got would have if it was made for an actual like TV thing would have been done in about half that. Would have been done like this would have been a one episode thing if it were a Doctor Who episode. Like it would have been extremely compressed. Like the events would have been compressed quite strongly if it were an actual Doctor Who episode. But being a unit audio drama, it can go a little longer since they don't have to worry about filming and whatnot. But
Yeah. For all 5 discs, so that's including the
behind the scenes,
behind the scenes, it's 3 hours 58 minutes.
okay.
So it's about 3 hours long. The or like
Which
maybe
puts
three and
it
a half.
pretty much exactly at 45 minutes an episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, the anti-plastic, okay, you know, them just having the anti-plastic, was interesting. I mean, okay, I can't get too mad at it because the you know that's you know uh,
That's
that's
kind of
something it's been established that is what you use, but it does seem a little interesting that the Doctor would just leave that with them, considering it's supposed to be a lethal weapon against the Nestine consciousness. It's supposed to be basically a lethal weapon, you know, and he even Nine, as as extreme as he could get, he's like, he was still get off this planet, get off this planet.
It wasn't Nine who did it, because the Nestine were involved with UNIT many times before.
Well,
in fact, going all the way back to the Third Doctor, which, yes, the Doctor is very much against those kind of weapons.
Yeah.
But, you're right on that. But at the same time, he still might have ended up with it at one past.
But, yeah. Anyway, but it the nice thing about something like UNIT, as old as UNIT is you can pull pretty much anything out of your butt and go, oh yeah, remember this thing that was in this episode about 20 years ago? Yeah, we have that. And it's completely established because they're UNIT. They hoard. It's what they do.
They have so many different archives. Like, it's basically like the warehouse, but alien artifacts instead of magical artifacts.
And here we have our archive.
They probably need a warehouse just to store the archives of what they have.
They probably, I think most of it's digital at this point.
They still need a place to put the servers.
True.
And and the servers also, you also have you don't only have the inventory you got to worry about, but you also have to keep track of all the UNIT just information they have, all the intelligence they have.
Yeah, that UNIT cloud is huge.
Yeah, that's got to be just gigantic. So yeah, I joke about it, but there is probably a server warehouse that's just, this is all our information plus the archive of all the stuff we have, our inventory. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that is one of the things you can sort of, the Deus Ex Machina is a little less ridiculous when it comes to UNIT, because again, they've earned their Deus because they've been around long enough to have probably just about everything. They probably have one of Winston Churchill's cigars for some reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
One that the Daleks blew off.
Yeah, they probably, at some point Winston Churchill probably ran into aliens, and something happened to his cigar, and they probably have it somewhere in there, a cigar from Winston Churchill. It's just oh yeah, why do you have a cigar? Well, that's Winston Churchill's. What? Yeah, it's got some weird alien goop on it. We keep testing it every time we get a new analyzer.
I think I actually saw in the 50th anniversary special. I saw it once. I'm not sure where in there. River's red shoes from the episode where they were on the spaceship with the Weeping Angels. I'm pretty sure I saw them at some point, but then when I went to watch it again, I didn't, but I could have just missed it because it was a flash second thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whenever you go down, if you're in the production staff of Doctor Who, when you go down to the archives, you basically, okay, how many props can we squeeze in? References and props can we squeeze into this shot?
In the Zygon inversion, their safe house, they had a picture of the first Doctor on it.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's going to be loads of references.
Oh yeah, they've literally been dealing with the Doctor since his second incarnation.
Yeah, and Torchwood's been around since Victoria.
Yeah, but that was retconned. That was cheating. That was cheating.
I kind of want to see Torchwood meets
canon.
Unit.
They actually have. I mean, they've referenced one another. Like in Torchwood, Jack has mentioned like, oh, do you have those files for Unit? Plus, Martha Jones is a Unit doctor. She is a doctor working for Unit, and she ended up helping out Torchwood at some point when Owen died.
But yeah, I mean that makes sense that that those two organizations would work together somewhat. But
they're kind of like the Army and Navy. They work together, but they have a bit of a rivalry. But I mean, they work together.
Yeah. But okay, but getting back to the episode itself, McGee apparently she's run off, and she had a machine gun. What happened with that?
Well, we know she didn't get killed by the Autons because at the very end of the episode, I am the eyewitness.
Yeah. It's like, did she just run off with a machine gun, and is she just in possession of a machine gun now?
Yeah, probably.
It's like, oh yeah, I got it in the boot of my car.
Either that or one of the soldiers nicked it off her. Like, oh, you can't be having that.
Yeah.
Oh, Oscar told me to take it. It's like, but you can't be running around with that.
Well, what if I had to guess what really happened? She did that whole just sort of thing at the Autons, ran out of ammunition and went and threw it and ran.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not carrying this. I have no ammunition. Chunk. Run.
Hopefully she didn't kill any of the soldiers while she was at it.
Yes. But I guess she's going to be probably this whole set. If I had to guess, she's probably going to be interwoven with a few of these stories, just appearing up again and again and being a sort of a thorn in everybody's side. Like, occasionally helpful, but mostly just annoying to the unit. It's like, you're getting in the way. Go away.
Well, I mean,
the only other person who annoys Unit more than the Doctor.
The Doctor doesn't annoy Unit. Don't forget.
He's part of Unit.
Unit, he is their original scientific advisor, and they got him voted president of Earth.
Yeah. I mean, they might find him personally annoying at times, but overall they're well pleased with his work.
Yeah, but they can't really find him too annoying. I mean, Osgood is pretty much a Doctor 2.0, so.
But yeah, I mean, he's, but that would be an interpersonal annoyance in some cases. With some of them, it's like, it's just. I mean, he does have a good relationship with Kate, and it's like, oh, hey, Brigadier's kid, hey.
And of course, he's got a good relationship with Osgood because he's her fan, and she's his fan.
But yeah, But let's see, what else was there? So yeah, I it like a lot of this is a this is some of it is victory by technobabble a lot of the times. It's like
Yeah,
here I have which often that's the solution to most sci-fi episodes is victory by technobabble. It's like, yes, we're going to bounce the graviton beam off the main deflector dish, or I'm going to reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
exactly.
It's like that doesn't mean anything. Basically, just say I'm going to win. What? No technobabble? No, I'm going to win. I'm just going to stop them. What are you going to do? I'm going to stop them.
I'm going to pull this switch.
Yes, I'm going to push this button over here. What does that do? Lots of technobabble you wouldn't understand. Oh, there you
Or like Osgood, it's like, what are you doing? Microwaves.
go.
All that to cook a ready meal. Well, it's not actually microwaves. You're dumbing it down for me, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to an extent
Yeah.
for the non-sciencey types. You have to kind of.
Yeah.
I could spout off a string of technobabble that you wouldn't comprehend, or I could just tell you it's microwaves, and you'd get enough of a gist of what I was doing that this would be fine. It would be okay. You'd understand it enough.
Yeah. But I mean, he did basically prompt her to tell him to spout out of that technobabble.
Yeah. All right, you asked for it.
I think he just likes her. I think he just likes her talking nerdy to him. They are a cute ship. They're so shippy.
Any other thoughts on it? Overall, it was a good story. A bit victory by technobabble, but that's okay. That's pretty par for the course for Doctor Who and the subsidiaries. Sometimes it's it's less Deus Ex Machina, but sometimes it's sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends on how how deep they want to go with how clever they want to be with their writing. But
yeah,
it was at least entertaining.
I kind of wonder what other stamina she wanted to test out.
Well, I think that's why Kate's like, let's get back to work.
So, is he more human or more sex toy?
Well, that depends on whether they're at work.
But one thing that also is kind of gruesome to think about, if old Plastic Skull had been hit by that ray,
yeah,
his head would be goo.
Yeah, because it wasn't just coated; it was replaced.
Yeah. So
his head would be like this deflated balloon.
Yeah.
Pretty. But anyway. Yeah, overall okay. It was little Deus Ex Machina, but it's all right. That's the nature of this sort of thing, and
I mean Deus as Doctor?
Yeah.
Well, no, that would be Doctor Ex Machina.
Oh yeah.
Deus is God Ex Machina from the machine, so it would be Doctor from the machine.
No, he
Right.
was right. It's God from the Doctor.
But it would be the Doctor stepping out of his machine and going, "Ha ha! Here you go." Going back to what he was doing. Thus, Doctor from his machine. Though, technically speaking, the TARDIS is alive, so it's kind of a machine. It's kind of a living machine. It's hard.
A living machine to fight living plastic.
Now I'm gonna have that line, Doctor Ex Machina. It's like, yes, oh, I step out of my machine, boop, there it goes, and I'm going to go back to what I was doing. I'm gonna have that image stuck in my head all day. Just Smith going, oh, right, here you go. Flap his arms about and go, I've got to go. Hands him something. There you go. That should take care of things. I got to be on my way. I've got to go to Barcelona. The city? No. Planet. They have dogs with no noses. You'd be amazed how that doesn't get that joke doesn't get old. And then just zip off to do whatever 11 was going to do. Go annoy River for a while.
I also really like how Sam says, Puerto Rico.
I forgot, how does he say it?
Just Puerto Rico or something.
Yeah, just really overdoing it.
Yeah, just the way, because it's not, the English accent that does it, because, Kate's like, I'm sending you to Puerto Rico, and he's like, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he goes a little thick into the adopting an accent for it.
Yeah.
But should be interesting. Now we've got Plastic Man.
Plastic Man with his plastic.
It's like, oh my god, I'm a Wolverine knockoff.
I know. I have used that reference before in describing him. Not Wolverine knockoff, but kind of like how Wolverine got his power, got his bones replaced. I mean, bones coated with adamantium. Only this one's living plastic,
Yes.
which gives him super strength
For some reason. But
It's like, Doctor, I feel so sick and ill. Well, yeah, your bones are coated in plastic. Not exactly healthy for your body.
Well, at least it's living plastic, because that's so much better.
Yeah.
anyway, think we want to call it there?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't drink the water.